Hey everyone, welcome back to Yellow Door. I'm Barbara, and today we're going to dive into something that might just change the way you look at your life and how you lead it. We're talking about the eagle archetype. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Eagles? Really, Barbara? Yeah, I promise we're not about to become bird watchers here, but stick with me because by the end of this, you'll see why the eagle archetype can totally transform the way you live and lead. So let's open that yellow door and take a look at how the eagle's wisdom can help us rise above the storms of life. Now, let me take you back a few years. I wasn't always the person who could see the bigger picture. There was a time when I felt completely stuck. Have you ever been in that place where everything feels chaotic and you're just trying to control every little thing? I remember back then, I was working this job that drained me. I was running around, trying to make everyone happy, trying to manage every detail of my life, and feeling like I was getting nowhere. It felt like I was flapping my wings as hard as I could, but I was stuck on the ground. Have you ever felt like that? Then, one day, I heard about the eagle archetype. And at first I thought, okay, what does an eagle have to do with me? I'm no bird. But the more I learned, the more it started to click. The eagle isn't just a symbol of strength or leadership. It's about vision, about being able to rise above the noise, the chaos, and see things clearly. And that's when things began to change for me. You know, we all have those moments when life feels overwhelming. You're juggling work, relationships, family, maybe even that long list of things to do that you never seem to finish. And it feels like you're being pulled in 100 directions, right? Now think about this. What if you could just rise above all that chaos? What if, like the eagle, you could get that bird's eye view and see what really matters? The eagle doesn't flap around in a panic. It flies high, circles, and then it focuses on what's important. That's the secret. Instead of getting lost in the details, the eagle archetype teaches us to find our focus. It's about seeing the big picture and then diving in with clarity. All right, let's be real. How many of us waste so much energy worrying about things that don't even matter? Like, have you ever spent an entire afternoon stressing over what to wear to a meeting or freaking out because you didn't get a text back right away? Yeah, I've been there. And you know what? That's like an eagle trying to chase flies. It's a total waste of energy. The eagle focuses on what's worth its energy. Something bigger, something meaningful. And we should too. Now, let me share something personal. A few years back, I was at a crossroads. I was in a job that drained me, feeling like I had no direction. I remember standing outside one afternoon, just feeling done. Then I looked up and there was this eagle, just soaring effortlessly in the sky. That's when it hit me. I was like that eagle, but stuck on the ground. I realized I needed to stop fighting the wind and start using it to lift myself up. So I made some tough decisions. I left that job, stepped out of my comfort zone, and trusted that I could rise above it all. And guess what? It worked. That's the thing about the eagle archetype. It's not about fighting or controlling every little thing. It's about using the challenges, the wind, to lift you higher. And you know, life isn't always smooth flying. Sometimes we face storms. But here's something incredible about eagles. They fly into the storm, not away from it. Because they know that by flying through the storm, the winds will actually help them soar higher. When we face challenges, we grow. It's through the hard times that we find our strength, our wings, so to speak, and that's true leadership, leading not just in the easy moments, but when things get tough. You see, the eagle archetype is often celebrated for its strength, its vision, and its ability to rise above life's challenges. It's a powerful symbol of leadership and personal freedom. But like all archetypes, the eagle has a shadow side, and if we don't recognize it, that shadow can take over our lives in subtle ways, leading us into some tricky territory. Now, let me explain what I mean by the shadow of the eagle. The shadow isn't necessarily something evil or bad. It's just the part of the archetype that we often don't see, or maybe we choose not to see. It's the other side of the coin, the qualities that can be destructive if we're not careful. Take the eagle's incredible sense of independence, for example. On the surface, it seems like such a gift. The eagle is self-reliant, it flies alone, and it doesn't need the approval of others to soar high. But here's the shadow. In that same independence lies the potential for isolation. If we become too focused on flying alone, we can lose our connection to others. We start to believe that no one else can match our vision or our understanding, and we push people away. That's when leadership can turn into arrogance. I've seen it happen in people who embody the eagle's energy. They're strong leaders, but they become so focused on their own view from above, they start disregarding the perspectives of those around them. They might say, I can see things more clearly than anyone else, or I don't need anyone's input. And soon enough, they're out there flying high, but they're alone. No team, no support, just isolation. Now, don't get me wrong, that independence can serve us well, but only if it's balanced with humility and the willingness to come down from the sky once in a while to connect with others. Another part of the eagle's shadow is its tendency toward dominance. Eagles are fierce hunters. They go after what they want with precision, and they don't let anything get in their way. In life, this can translate into a single-minded pursuit of goals, which can be great, until it turns into aggression or an unwillingness to compromise. The shadow here is that we become so focused on our objective, we start bulldozing through obstacles without considering the impact on others. Let me give you an example from a patient I worked with years ago. He was someone who embodied that eagle spirit, ambitious, driven, with a clear vision of where he wanted to go. But his drive had a shadow. He became so fixated on reaching the top of his career that he started neglecting his family, pushing aside his relationships, and even overlooking his own well-being. He was flying high, sure, but he was also burning out, losing his sense of purpose. And the people he cared about most were falling away. That's the danger of the eagle's shadow. When we fly too high for too long, we forget the ground beneath us. And let's not forget about control. Eagles, with their sharp focus and commanding presence, often feel the need to control their environment. In leadership, this can be a powerful trait, leading with clarity and purpose. But in the shadow, that need for control becomes suffocating. We start to grip too tightly, trying to control not just ourselves, but everyone and everything around us. And what happens when you hold on too tight? You lose flexibility, you lose trust, and eventually things start slipping through your fingers. So, here's the thing about the eagle's shadow. It's not something to fear, but something to be aware of. Because when you recognize it, you can integrate it. You can balance that fierce independence with the understanding that sometimes we need others. You can pursue your goals with passion while remembering to stay connected to the people around you. And you can lead with clarity without falling into the trap of trying to control everything. The eagle is a symbol of great power, but like all power, it must be used wisely. So, the next time you find yourself embodying that eagle energy, take a moment to check in with your shadow. Are you flying too high? Are you isolating yourself? Are you becoming too controlling? The key to mastering the eagle archetype is balance, soaring high, but always with your feet ready to touch the ground. Alright, Yellow Door fam, if this resonated with you, if you're ready to unlock that eagle inside you and start soaring, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you're new here and want to keep flying with us, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Next time.